So as this video going up, there's only a few hours left of the Modern Warfare 2 beta. Overall, I've been having a lot of fun with this game. I'm really looking forward to the launch, but we're going to be saving that for my beta review video coming in the next couple of days. Today, I want to talk about the patch that went out just yesterday for the perk packages. So if we bring up this tweet from MWII here, they say, we've introduced a change to increase perk earn rate across all modes. As we continue to fine-tune perk flow, we hope to have your feedback on this change over the remainder of beta weekend 2. I can't speak. So I have actually tested this update. I've been playing a few games with the new perk earn rate, and I think it's around about half. So before, the two perk stages, bonus and auto, would be 4 and 8 minutes respectively, and obviously you can reduce that with kills, objective play, that kind of stuff. We don't actually know how much they factor into the earn rate, but I'm pretty sure, if I remember Exclusive Ace's video correctly, you'd earn your ultimate perk around about 4 to 5 minutes into the game, something like that, and the bonus perk would be like 2 minutes to 3 minutes, somewhere around there. And I've been experiencing, I've been getting my ultimate perk around about 2 to 2.5 minutes into a game, so I think the earn rate is about 50% reduced, which is definitely nice. However, it just sort of makes me think, like, what's the point in this perk package system? You know, if I'm earning my perks so early on in the game, then why don't I just have them from the beginning of the match? It just doesn't really make sense to charge it up. The only reason I can think of is you've got Ghost there, and if someone gets a UAV, you can see people. But once again, I mean, it's nice that people don't get to use Ghost straight away, but if it's only 2 minutes into a match, and the match lasts 10 minutes... the majority, like a vast majority of the match, you've got your ultimate perks. So why don't we just go back to the original system where you don't have to charge it up? You know, the charging system made sense if you're taking 4 or 5 minutes to get it. Although it's a stupid system, it made sense to charge it up. But now it makes even less sense to have it because, well, you get it so quickly. Like, what's the point? You might as well just have it from the start of the game. I think overall this change was just completely unnecessary in my opinion. I don't really know who they were targeting this for. I'd love to get a blog post or a tweet or something from MWII to kind of understand their viewpoint on why they think this is a good system. I don't really, if I remember correctly, when they talked about the feedback on the blog post, they just said, we like it because it mixes up gameplay. Like, what was the genuine driving force behind this? Was it to help newer players? I don't really see how that benefits newer players. If anything, actually, it doesn't benefit anyone. I don't know who the fuck it's supposed to benefit. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I appreciate the fact that MWII tried to innovate. At least they tried to mix up the formula. But it doesn't work, and I think they just need to accept that and take the L and revert it. If anything, that's the best thing they can do right now. I respect the fact that they tried it, they tried to do something differently, but obviously the community doesn't like it, so you might as well just take the L and revert it. If you try and be persistent and stubborn about something the community doesn't like, which you did throughout the entire lifecycle of Warfare 2019 and most likely do through this game as well, then people are just going to grow to hate you, and that's exactly what happened with the past 3 years. You know, they had all these changes, Dead Silence being a field upgrade, the minimap not working properly, the list could go on, the Ghost not working properly, all that kind of stuff, and they never changed that stuff, and people just got tired of it. They just got upset with it, and I personally was hoping that they would revert all that. They'd learn their lesson from Warfare 2019, and they would, change it for this game, but they've done the exact same fucking thing, and ruined perks as well, so that's a brilliant thing. Now, I like the idea of having 2 perk 1s and a perk 2 and a perk 3. I think that's really cool. I think, to be honest, the way that the perks work at the the way they're categorized is actually pretty decent. I mean, there are probably a few things that I would swap around, maybe a couple perks that are a bit more strong than others, that could be swapped around, but overall, I remember hearing the leak originally about getting 2 perk 1s and a perk 2 and perk 3, and the perk 1s would be less powerful, they'd be more like playstyle things, personal preference perks, and the others would be more like game changer. I think that was a really cool idea, and if they left it like that, it would have actually been a brilliant innovation. That would have been really cool. But instead, they had to add a charge up time and bonus perk and ultimate perk. Bro, just call them perk 1, perk 2, perk 3. Why are we changing the names of things? it doesn't make sense. Like, Infinity Ward try and innovate, and I do respect that, right? I do like they try and mix up the formula. However, they do it in the wrong way, and they do it in the wrong areas. Instead of looking at something that probably could do with a change, and they think like, right, what can we do here to improve the gaming experience, to make things flow a bit better? And then they change something or they add something to make it even better. What they do is they look at something like the perks, they think, this has been in every COD game like this, let's change it. For no reason whatsoever. Like, what was the thought process? Or what was the fucking point? For example, a good innovation, which I think is actually something that they've been doing quite a lot actually in the Modern Warfare franchise so far, is things like reloading while aiming down sights, ledge hanging and using your weapons on there, ladders, you can use your weapons on there. You know, they are actual good innovations. But then they try and innovate things like the perk packages, where they just try and change up the game for no reason whatsoever. Once again, with Dead Science being a field upgrade, like, I don't remember anyone in the past, like, let's say 15 years or whatever of Call of Duty, I don't think I heard a single complaint about Dead Science being a perk, and nobody wanted that change. Nobody was thinking, hey, we should have Dead Science be something you only have sometimes in the game, or, oh, I think Dead Science is too overpowered. It was just generally accepted that it was in the game as a perk, and it was just sort of generally accepted that you didn't have to rely on your ears to do well in the games. But for some reason, Infinity Ward changed that, and they made it so people were dependent on their audio. It went from being something that, you know, it was nice to have every so often, maybe in like S&D or something. You might hear someone who's not using Ninja, and you'll be like, oh, I hear him. You know, that's his fault for not using the perk, something like that. But Modern 2019 brainwashed people into relying on their audio, and it's really fucked up people's mindset when it comes to Call of Duty, in my opinion. Especially with Warzone, you know, obviously a multiplayer as well, but even, well, just with both of them, to be honest. Like, people use their audio so much to the point where they don't even have any game sense. So if you take away that you know, if you put Dead Silence as a perk, a lot of people are going to suffer, because they most likely start with Warzone and they act like they know everything about Call of Duty now, and they try and complain about Dead Silence being turned into a perk. You take away that audio that they have and they are fucked. They have to learn how to play the game properly. And that's what pisses me off, because Infinity Ward allow them to not improve, to not do well, and do things like camp and sit there and listen with their ears. Instead of actually encouraging them to get better at the game, they just allow them to be bad and do well while being bad, so they never improve. Do you see how this doesn't make sense? Or is it just me? It might just be me, I don't fucking know. Nah, fuck that. I know there's loads of people out there who agree with me. It's fucking bullshit, to be honest. But that's going to do it for today's video. I'm going to save a lot of this ranting for the Modern Warfare 2 beta review, which I've got coming in the next few days. Overall, the perk packages got changed, and I don't see the point. Just reverted back to the old system. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.